WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Enough is enough, and it's time for a change!
I can't believe I'm putting my voice to this.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Thank you for your irrelevant opinion.
And now, here's your host of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon.
The first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I got to say. I'm a broadcast journalist. I have a right to my opinion.
Oh, son of a...
I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even in commentary.
There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Guess who's back? Back
hey,
again.
Here I am. Ah, yes. Glad to have me back.
He's back.
With his intern friend?
No,
Sure.
I was going to say tell a friend, but...
I thought you
I
meant
see where
me.
you're
I
going
thought
with
you
that.
meant me.
Cataldi's here, too.
Yeah, I thought you meant me.
Let's not forget about Cataldi.
Yay.
Yay. Boo. Okay. This isn't all.
I'm wondering if I was better off in Canada, eh?
Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
What a difference a couple of weeks makes. Holy smokes. Where do I even start
Are
here?
you going to change, where are you a citizen of?
I'm a U.S. citizen.
Okay, I think you did tell me that one.
Yeah, but I believe I'm eligible for dual citizenship. You know, kind of like, I think, Trebek and a couple of
Is
other...
there an advantage to that? I guess
if I know.
Well, I mean, back and forth a lot easier. Okay, let's...
Yeah, I mean, not that it was that difficult to get across this time around.
Dino Bravo was Canadian, wasn't he?
Yes, French-Canadian.
Yeah, French-Canadian, right.
Before his unfortunate...
So if you get...
I think he was murdered, yeah.
That was the discussion. He got himself caught up in some illegal
some
activity.
chicanery, tomfoolery, and hijinks, and unfortunately...
I remember he was a good guy as a wrestler, a good guy wrestler back in the 70s.
Yeah, but pre-WWF.
Yeah. Well, it was the
WWF back then.
It was Gino Brito and Dino Bravo. Yeah.
So I remember him with, first he was managed, at least in the TV era, by Frenchie Martin, I believe it was. He'd come out with the USA is not okay sign.
I remember that. I guess I was losing interest. I don't know. Or I wasn't around much. I don't know.
Yeah, that was... I think he disappeared after WrestleMania 5, getting the Garvin stomp by good old rugged Ronnie Garvin, or rubbish Ronnie Garvin.
So does this mean if you're a dual citizen of Canada, will you be going both ways?
Oh, I see what you did there. You're terrible.
Oh, I know.
That was good.
Yeah, technically, yes.
Not technically.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe.
I like that one.
Were you standing up and taking a bow there for that one?
Intern 1, Fearon, Cataldi 0.
I mean, whoa, here I backed you up.
Okay, Lucas and Cataldi 1. Lucas and Cataldi 1.
No, you didn't give me any points. Just don't take any away.
One of my Chris Hardwick. Jesus, points.
Prince.
Yeah. At noon instead of at midnight. That's what we've got going on here for those Comedy Central references there.
No Chris
but there is John from Northeast Philly. He's already chiming in on the Facebook fan page. He says, Fearon is back for the absolutely low price of $9.99.
Good on you, John.
I thought it was worth a little bit more than that. My goodness.
Desperate times.
Okay, we're having a lot of fun here, but I mean, there's lots of things to talk about. I mean, since I was gone, not one but two shows have switched nights now. There's like a domino effect going on here. So we knew about Impact moving over from Thursday to Wednesday night. That happened just around the time I had left for vacation. But now Smackdown, as of October 2nd, is going to be moving. As mentioned 2 weeks ago, TNA Impact has moved to Wednesday nights, suffering a 20% drop in ratings the first night due to the abrupt move, but rebounding to about 920-some-odd thousand viewers last week. But fret not, Thursday night viewers. Wrestling will return in the form of Smackdown starting October 2nd, according to the Sci-Fi Programming Guide. Your thoughts of Smackdown coming home to where it all began? Back when I was going to say you were clad in diapers when it first debuted.
On Thursdays?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I mean, they'll give me something to watch on Thursday nights because I always think, Friday night I'm going to watch SmackDown, and they think, I'm going to hang with my friends. this took a turn for the worse. So, Thursday nights, it'll give me something to watch because, the only...
Not an NFLer?
Not really.
Nah, not really.
I mean, I'll watch it occasionally. I am an Eagles fan, but I wouldn't say I'm one of those diehard fans that knows all the stats.
A football fan that watches every game.
And knows their sponsors and what kind of jockstrap they use. That's dedication right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I had a different word other than dedication, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, obsessed. I'm not an obsessed fan about football. Oh, and wrestling I'm just kidding. That AJ Lee.
Yeah, you're trying to study what jockstrap AJ Lee wears.
Yeah, but
just jokes and jokes and more jokes, apparently.
Usually my Thursday nights consisted of what's on TV tonight. I could watch Impact. You're kidding yourself.
Yeah, that's 920 some odd thousand people are watching, so somebody is on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is going on a Wednesday night?
At midnight?
Well, it's not on at midnight.
Touche.
You meant the show. I know.
Yeah.
Moving on. Yes. Yeah. So, some news that broke over the last couple of days, and actually, Ron posted on the Facebook fan page asking whether or not there were rumors regarding it. So let me dispel all the rumors as of right now. A recent WWE Hall of Famer hospitalized. Jake the Snake Roberts, just inducted into the Hall of Fame this past April, was hospitalized earlier this week with pneumonia in both of his lungs. That's no good. Jake was traveling to a show in Las Vegas when he experienced chest tightness and trouble breathing. He was rushed to the hospital and treated for the pneumonia, including being induced into a coma-like state. Doctors also noticed an abnormality in Jake's brain, which is still being investigated. Now, according to Robert's attorney, Jake is awake and alert at the moment and will decide on his own accord when to update the public on his condition going forward. So it was a bit of a scare, and I did notice a few people on my social media feed already kind of writing the RIP, and I'm thinking, what are you doing? I won't throw any names out there to protect the guilty, but slow your roll on tagging the toe here. I mean, with all the other stuff that Jake's fought, you're not going to give him a chance on this?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, he's going to kick out
his personal demons.
Are you serious? Like that is a bit just.
Well, I mean, people did the same thing with Mae Young, although she was in hospice and it looked a lot more likely that she was going to go. But I mean, she still fought and hung in there for another week after people were already declaring her dead. Slow your roll on letting people go here. Waiting for people to put R.I.P. Fearon Derry coming up soon. I ain't dead yet.
What are you leaving me? Oops, I'm sorry.
What am I leaving?
I'm sorry.
Oh. Don't worry, Elizabeth. I'm not coming to join you yet, honey.
Wow.
Old reference is old.
Yeah, I'll
Red
say.
Fox.
Fred Sanford.
Very good.
So
I see. Yeah, I had nowhere to go with that. I threw that joke out there, and it just fell completely flat. And
so this is just, I didn't see anything on the news and notes counter thing.
Okay.
But
is this just your own curiosity?
Curiosity, yeah. I thought that I saw something on Facebook. And
the Curious Intern?
I don't know if it was the new Curious Intern bit or the Schooling the Intern. Did Rob Van Dam get released or something? I thought I saw something on Facebook. I don't know if that was kayfabe news or I didn't bother to check, but it was a...
Well, he wasn't released, and I know that was... somebody had put that up there, and it was not necessarily a fountain of misinformation, but just a trickle, a leak, if you will, of misinformation. But no, Rob Van Dam had signed a short-term contract, maybe about 3 months or so, and that has since lapsed. And it's kind of good it's good for the business as a whole to have a few months on, a few months off to be able to recover from injuries, not get overexposed as far as TV time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons why it's not a bad thing, and I mean people have been proclaiming for, I guess, mandatory time off from professional wrestling for a while, just for the freshness factor of it, for the health of the wrestlers, and to eliminate the potential staleness, for lack of a better term, of a character on television. I mean, even your boy John Cena, who I know a lot of people have proclaimed a great deal of staleness on, when he was out after having the pectoral surgery and was gone for a few months. I mean, you remember the 2008 Royal Rumble, the reaction that the crowd had when it was a complete unexpected return was amazing, and probably the last time that he got that strong of a level of cheers.
Yeah.
In Madison Square Garden, of all places.
Yeah. I mean,
one of the tough
wrestling.
Exactly. So I don't know, but yeah, to answer your question, Rob Van Dam, just his short-term deal has lapsed, and he's going to go for a bit. He'll come back, kind of like what Jericho's going to be doing about a month from now to go on and tour with Fozzy. So we'll get to see him through Night of Champions.
Jericho's completely over with the fans, no matter what he does, because it's
Do
like.
you think Rob Van Dam isn't? Or?
No, I'm saying no. That's just another example. You know.
Oh, all right. I know where you were going. I thought it was a counter argument. It's like, well, Jericho's over with the fans, but Van Dam, on the other hand, I don't know. I think age has a little bit to do with it at this point. I mean, Van Dam's, 43, 44, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still good at what he does. I mean, he's obviously not the Rob Van Dam of 15 years ago.
Okay.
And I guess people shouldn't really expect that.
Yeah, like how... I mean, yeah, he was in TNA for like a little bit, but before that, like what was he doing before that? After 2006 and everything, in 2007?
Probably hanging out with his best friend, Mary Jane. That'd be my guess.
Yeah. So even after, like...
Good, that got past the censors.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like it isn't uncommon. I mean, or I shouldn't say uncommon. It's not. It's like it's something that's not known in the business.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way. Yeah, it's pretty well obvious. So yeah, I'm already almost a third of the way through the show.
We haven't even gone through SummerSlam yet.
I know. It was 2 weeks ago that happened, and I think that's for good reason, for a couple of reasons. One, because my picks were just awful. I mean, and for the first time since you've joined on the program, I believe, I'll have to go back and look at the records, but your record as far as picking a pay-per-view was better than mine. Yeah, let that soak in for a second.
I was 4-4.
Yeah, I
3 for 5.
I went 3 and 5, 3 out of 8. 37.5% for those of you math geniuses out there. So that's kind of why I'm letting that alone. But here's something to kind of brighten people's spirits a little bit. You know how I'm banging on about George's Cards and Collectibles, and
Yeah.
I mean, this is just out of, like, I have no, they're not like a sponsor per se or anything, just a good longtime friend of the show. I mean, they were a sponsor when Eric was the host forever ago, and there's a friendship. So I do George a solid, mention a lot of the appearances that are coming up, and certainly there are a lot of them. But
We talk about them.
one that just kind of snuck up from out of nowhere, really, while I was in Canada, is going on right now. That's right. If you head over to George's Cards and Collectibles at the Oxford Valley Mall from, I would say, now until 2. There are different, I don't know if it was a keystroke typo. Some have said now until 2. Some had said now until 3. I'd say get there before. Oh, it's till 3? Okay. They were back and forth on it for a while. But you can meet former WCW and WWE authority figure Eric Bischoff. He's back, and he's better than ever.
Do they? I never really got to see what was on Sinomania. Who they booked for Sinomania?
I'm getting there. You're jumping the gun on me here.
That'll be good.
Well, I mean, there's still plenty of time. I mean, I'm going in chronological order here.
Okay.
That's how you're already.
Watch your mouth.
What do you mean? What?
Chronological. What does that mean?
Means
In time order?
in
Oh,
1, 2,
all right.
3,
I thought it was
4.
something else. All right. Just checking.
What did you?
No. We already discussed that with Rob Van Dam earlier.
Here you go.
That'd be
cursing.
chronological. Yeah, very good. Saturday, September 13th, WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas will be at George's in the Chamonix Mall from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Does he have a house?
Does he have a house?
He was homeless for a while.
I believe so. I mean, he's had some pretty good gigs going with
he's got the
WWE
Legends
for a
house.
while.
That's
Yeah, he's got
good.
the Legends house. There you go.
That's good to know.
Yeah, he was on the WWE Network. They had their reality show, in a sense, the Legends house. He was one of the legends living in the house with Yeah, so that's what's going on with that. But he'll be here Saturday, September 13th. Also on Saturday, October 11th, Sean Waltman, formerly known as X-Pac, Six Pac, the 1-2-3 Kid, the Lightning Kid, the Kamikaze Kid. A lot of names over his career. But obviously you know who he is. Well, he'll be at George's in the Neshaminy Mall from 1 until 3 o'clock.
Well, that's good. I'm definitely in a picture with X-Pac.
Of course, check out George's 3 locations for all your sports and wrestling memorabilia needs. Their original store at 7755 New Falls Road in Levittown, in the Oxford Valley Mall in the Sears Court in the lower level, and their newest location in the Neshaminy Mall in the movie theater wing. For more info on the upcoming Tony Atlas and X-Pac appearances, you can give George's a call at 215-943-2475 or visit them on the web at georgescollectibles.com. And as if that wasn't enough, it's back. Saturday, November 15th, Sinomania 8 at the Bucks County Technical High School, 610 Worcester Road in Fairless Hills, PA. Just down the road from our station here. Ooh. Maybe about a mile, I'd say. I don't know. They're maybe a couple of kilometers, eh?
Don't use your Canadian metric system on me, commie.
Shut up, hoser. So far, the only announced guests, I should say, plural, none other than former WWF Tag Team Champions Matt and Jeff, the Hardy Boys. And Lucas has done a flare flop out of his chair in the studio. He is on the floor at the moment. We'll have to get him, you know what? We'll take care of some business. We'll get him some medical attention, try to revive him for the rest of the show. And we'll get to your phone calls on the other side. I see we've got Ed from Northeast Philly, Steve from Bristol. We'll get to you guys on the other side. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Don't say something stupid. Don't take Brock Lesnar's advice. Don't say something stupid. You heard in that intro last week what it did for Booker T.
Say something stupid.
You heard how that went with Booker T, yes.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your host, Fearon Derry.
We're coming for you.
Hey.
You're a good man,
Did you
Lucas.
say
You're a lot of fun.
Canadian?
Yes, I said Canadian.
Oh, my God, he did it again.
Hoser. Cleaning off the ice. One rink at a time. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Your, I guess, Canuck co-host Fearon Derry here alongside Lucas the Intern. I don't know. I didn't have anything else creative to go with on that. And Nick Cataldi pushing the buttons, turning the dials.
Yay.
There we go.
There we go.
Dramatic pausing before delivering the
I
yay.
wanted to make everybody, wonder,
Wait for
did
it.
he leave or not?
Yeah. Did he walk out?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, Fearon.
It's not that pronounced. I feel like now I've got to defend all of my Canadian brethren, sistren, cousinrin, auntrin, unclerin, and such and so forth.
Whatin?
Relatives.
Yeah.
That's
Could
what I
have
was.
just said that.
Yeah, I could have, but this is one of those sleep deprivation shows. You don't know what kind of weird S is going to come out of my mouth.
I've been up since. This is the first night in like 3 days I've gotten a full night's sleep because I woke up.
Welcome to back to school.
Oh, yay! Yeah, sleep deprivation tour. Woo! Yeah. Woo!
Yeah, good times.
Woo! Okay.
All right, we should go to the phones. Kind of give us a chance to kind of take a bit of a breath.
Yeah.
Here, let's start with Ed from Northeast Philly. Ed, what's going on? Oh, what do we got going on here? Oh, how about pot B there? Nick, B.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, I looked right at it, too.
It's his first day, folks. All right, do we got you? Do we got you on the line
I'm
here,
sorry,
Ed?
we have Steve.
Do we got Ed or Steve?
Hello?
Do we got either of them? There we go.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Yep, you're on the air. What's going on?
Happy Labor Day.
Thank you. Happy Labor Day weekend to you, too.
We got House of Hardcore coming to 2300 Arena on November 15th, same as Sinomania. Same afternoon as Sinomania.
Oh wow, that should make for a really jam-packed day. Tommy, well that means Tommy Dreamer and crew are going to be there since it's House of Hardcore. That probably explains why they picked that date to have it there. But as far as I know, no other guests have been announced for Sinomania, but I can see there being a rather notable tie-in with that. That makes a lot of sense.
And George picked a good tag team to start off.
Yes, the Hardy Boys are two guys that I haven't had the chance to meet in my career. And Lucas, you okay there?
I think I'm gonna faint again, Fearon. Just anticipating I'm meeting my heroes. Okay. Just breathe.
There you go. Just breathe deeply. You'll be fine. Grab a sip of water. It's okay. Yeah. We talked a little bit about Jake earlier. I mean, do you have some sort of breaking update that I didn't quite get here that's happened in the last hour or so, or?
No.
Oh, okay. I like I said, the last I heard, he's awake and alert, and that's as much as we know as of now. I'm actually going to DDP's Twitter to see if there's anything since.
Yeah, get well seen, Jake.
Yeah, there's. It looks like not much new coming out regarding that.
No.
Just
I met him a couple years ago at a PWU event.
Yeah, I've not had the chance to meet him, but I have. I've gotten the chance to meet his good buddy Diamond Dallas Page, who you've had the interview here on Pro Wrestling Weekly, and he's a nice guy, and obviously the stuff that he's done to help Jake so far has been absolutely tremendous.
Stacy Keebler just had a baby.
What, are you looking at my news notes here? Yeah, I have that as well. I guess we can go ahead and talk about that.
Cameras.
Yeah, what's going on here? The former WWE diva Stacy Keebler, she's now a mommy, giving birth to a baby girl, Ava Grace Pobra. I guess that's how you pronounce her new last name.
I looked up that thing the other night. I didn't even know she got married.
Yeah, she got married a few months ago. I mentioned it here on the show, and now she's got herself a little one.
Nice.
Yeah, born about a week and a half ago.
She was dating George Clooney last time I heard.
Yeah, they decided to amicably split, and now she went for this other guy who I don't know a whole heck of a lot about, but
I think that just makes it better.
Because otherwise you're going to get the comparison factor. I mean, you still get that anyway, because they're like, wait, she's leaving George Clooney for that? I mean, I'm sure he's a lovely guy, though, so I don't... I mean, he must be, because she married him and now has a kid with him, so...
Must have been the age difference.
Yeah, that could be a factor as well. I mean, George Clooney has been around for quite a while. I mean,
Like, let's see, Stacy Keebler may love the band NSYNC, and George Clooney may think that's where you put your dirty dishes.
But, wow.
That was a good one.
That was. I was wondering where you were going with that. That's busting out all the A material today. Yeah, give him a week off, and he gets 2 weeks to write material, and he's for being completely tired. He's apparently also wired and full of energy,
I took
vim,
my meds
vigor.
a little bit late this morning, Fearon, if you'll excuse me.
Oh dear, this is going to be a long half hour. Oh mercy, I can't even describe what Lucas is doing here in the studio. I'm beyond words.
That's about it.
Right. Thanks so much for the call, Ed. I'm stupefied here as to what's going on. Yeah, there's a Harry Potter joke to be made there somewhere, but I got nothing.
Good one.
I never really watched Harry, but I've seen a couple of the movies, but
okay.
Yeah, no,
I'm not gonna get offended.
Me neither.
I mean, I love Harry Potter.
I saw Harry and Tano.
I saw Harry Callis.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
I got nothing. Apparently, I haven't seen too many Harry anythings.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
No, Lucas, no. This is not that kind of show.
Keep my mouth
Oh,
shut.
God.
What's the matter with you?
That was the funniest one yet.
Everything is the matter with
And you weren't even trying.
Oh gosh, now I know how Tim Stack feels. What was that? What was that old show back that was spoofing the talk shows back in the late '90s?
Oh God.
Before he did Howard Stern's Son of the Beach. You know what I'm talking
Why
about,
did you bring in Howard Stern into this? Wasn't Howard? It was a production team.
It was a production team, yeah.
You know,
it's gonna bug me now.
It was not Howard Stern. Yeah, when Son of the Beach was a good show. Oh God. Nightstand.
Nightstand. Very good.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
I watched it a lot. Dick Dietrich.
Dick Dietrich.
That
Yeah.
was hysterical.
Doylestown born Timothy Stack. How about that?
Yes.
Yeah, local.
And I loved Son of the Beach. I taped a lot of the episodes for myself and a friend of mine who didn't have FX TV in his cable system, and I said, "This is one great show." It didn't last long though. I knew that it wouldn't.
Who would have thought that we'd get a Nightstand with Dick Dietrich reference in the show? That just shows we go all over the place.
You brought up Timothy Stacks.
Well, I mean, that's where I was going with it, because I mean that was a similar bit that they did, and it was very akin to that here.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
That's probably smart. 250 plus episodes, and I haven't had to use the dump button, and I'd rather this not be the first. We'll just leave it at that.
Eek.
Yeah, exactly. So here's something interesting. The Hulkster wants one more match.
What, did he start smoking? Get it? Match smoke? Oh, God.
Snort.
Yeah, man. I mean, how do I think I'm so fast? Go ahead.
I think I need to go join Denny for a Doers on the Rocks after this. This is crazy. WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan told the Orlando Sentinel's Brian Fritz that he was embarrassed by some of his WCW and TNA matches. I don't think he was alone in that regard, but still wants to return to the ring for WWE. That's right, a quote from Hogan. "The thing is, I watched the old tapes of myself, WCW, and it's embarrassing because toward the end I was getting to where it was embarrassing to kind of be in there. And then I watched the TNA stuff, and that was a nightmare. I tried to get in there. I was in the middle of the back surgeries trying to keep up. The doctors would say, you'll be fine, but to watch it now is embarrassing." Cue the Vince sounder. This whole thing.
You know, it was really one of the biggest things I've had on my mind lately, when he was going to rectify that whole situation. I'm sure everybody out there in wrestling land is like saying, "Wow, it's about time."
That he admitted that he was embarrassed by his WCW work.
Like it's a big issue.
Well, here's what he added.
You know, Muhammad Ali said he was embarrassed by how Jimmy Young smacked him around a little bit. So he's going to go back in the ring too and fight him. And Jimmy Young's dead though, unfortunately. You know,
makes for an unfair fight. Hogan adding, though, not that Vince would want this, not that Triple H would want this, but I keep telling everybody that my goal, because I'm not in pain anymore, that my goal would be to get back in there, not embarrass myself if that's possible, and have that one more match.
You know,
maybe he can team up with Christian.
Didn't he feel
who's also looking for one more match?
Didn't he feel embarrassed when Rocky threw him out of the ring? I mean, you know.
That was, 32 years ago? Something like that?
I'm pretty sure he threw Rocky out of the ring, and then Rocky took his
but then Rocky got him back. You know, did he feel embarrassed then?
He took off his gloves and punched him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he had to take off his gloves. Thunder lips. Wow, that was...
Why are they carrying him? He's walking. I thought that was funny.
And if that works, if that really were to work, I'd love to contribute and participate and do some stuff because I miss it so much. And he probably wants the 6 to 7 figure payday. That may have something to do with it, too.
I also embarrassed myself last year with a show. Gee, do I get a chance to do it again?
What show was that?
Well,
you were just...
There was so many, I was told, you know.
You were being facetious, and I just walked over top of it.
Not really. Mom and Dad said, boy, you stunk. No. Anyway.
That sounds like my parents. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Love you, Mom, Dad. Good luck in your game today, Dad. Okay,
What's your dad play?
He's
one of those games, eh?
He's an official.
Oh, okay. Oh, God, your poor dad. I was an official once. I was an umpire.
Oh, my dad was an umpire.
Oh, God.
Well, he is an umpire. I don't want to get into detail.
Yeah, exactly. The less that's said, the better.
So what's going to happen?
As if that wasn't enough. Well, I don't know.
Is he going to get back in the ring?
He wants to. Who knows if he is or not?
I feel like if he does get into a match, he may not be in pain now, but he may be in pain if he gets into that ring.
Yeah, that first bump might be a doozy, to say the least.
That's the dumbest reason. I embarrassed myself before.
I just want to point him to like most of the cartoon era and be like, "You're not alone."
Yeah, really.
They're not asking for one more match.
He's got a good point.
You're not asking for one more match.
I've seen some matches that were really terrible, really stupid over the years. I saw a guy, so help me, way back. It was either AWA or NWA or whatever that was. So help me, this happened. He threw a flying drop kick, missed the guy entirely, and guess what happened next?
The guy sold it.
Yeah,
as if he was hit.
He went down, and then you heard this embarrassing silence from the announcers. And then one of them got really stupid. Rather than just ignore it, he goes, "Well, it must have been the impact." The impact of what?
No, it's not like a cannonball. He's not carrying that.
But the thing is, he missed them altogether, and the guy went down.
Just a complete whiff, swing and a miss.
Right, so you can't, well, gee, I messed up on wrestling. Give me a break, Hulky.
Yeah, go to Duke.
Hulkster.
It'd be like Ryan Howard striking out and the umpire signaling home run.
Yeah, right. That bad, yeah, right, exactly. That's a good analogy.
Yeah. I don't know how we are all over the place today. I don't know what the hell the coach.
Spitting your teeth into the air used to be popular too in wrestling.
Yeah, that's
way high in the air. Usually when you get your teeth knocked out, you bend your head down and grab them when all the blood that gushes out.
No, let's just make a little fireworks show out of it.
What is Hulk going to do? Is he going to get back in the ring? He's going to try.
He's going to try. I don't think that Vince McMahon nor Triple H nor WWE's medical team will sign off on it, though. I don't think they'll give him.
I hope not.
I mean, at this point, just given the. Well, I mean, he did get hit pretty hard with the divorce to Linda. Yeah, I know. Meanwhile, Ric Flair, he's on ex-wife number, 4 or 5? I don't know. I lost count at this point. But he's still going. Granted, it's not in the ring, but he's still going.
Oh.
Oh, good.
No, people, no. I meant as far as making appearances.
Sure you did.
That style of profiling can do wonders for you.
Yeah, we need to take a break, and we'll get to Steve from Bristol on the other side. I am absolutely beside myself here.
Hey,
no kid, I see Lucas beside yourself. Well, he ain't right. He ain't right today, is he, Lucas? Anyway.
No, I'm not. No. I think I need to go back up north. Maybe stay there.
Don't you abandon me again. I need this. That was weird. Okay, let's take a break.
Okay, I'm gonna go wash the creep off, and we'll be back after these brief messages. This is Pro Wrestling. Oh, go ahead.
No, I stopped it.
You know the usual outcome. Wow, what a train wreck.
I messed up on that one.
This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, August 30. On this date in 1993, the WWF held its SummerSlam pay-per-view. In the main event, Lex Luger defeated World Wrestling Federation champion Yokozuna by countout. On this date in 1998, the WWF held its SummerSlam Highway to Hell pay-per-view. In the main event, Stone Cold Steve Austin pinned The Undertaker to retain the World Wrestling Federation championship. On this date in 2011, WWE Super Smackdown Live aired from Wichita, Kansas. In the main event, Randy Orton pinned Christian in a steel cage match to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 2012, TNA Impact aired live from the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida. In the main event, Jeff Hardy pinned Kurt Angle. This has been Today in Wrestling History, August 30. Welcome back to what I think is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you, at least I think. Physically, I don't know about mentally. Alongside Lucas the Intern.
Here's the thing. Losing your mind is a great thing. As much as people give it so much crap, it really puts things in perspective. You know, I'm Lucas the Sangro here for Xanax. How you guys doing today?
Xanax isn't even. You know what? We're not going to have a pharmaceutical discussion right now.
Okay.
There you go, them dirty words, them long, big, dirty words again.
Pharmaceutical.
Oh, watch that. It's like a dump it. Chronological, pharmaceutical. You guys are disgusting.
I'm just educated.
Stupid, don't you?
It's his first day, everybody.
You
Let's
don't
get
know what those words mean? Yeah.
It's his first
I've been
day.
doing some reading up.
Apparently on the earth.
I understand those autological the words you guys use. Pharmaceutical, chronological,
Man,
Ooh.
You get a word that's more than 4 syllables, and it throws him completely for a loop
let's
here.
go to some news.
None other than Nick Cataldi.
Oh, thank you very much.
He resembles that remark.
Yeah.
All right, do we want to go to the phones? We've been keeping Steve for way too long here. Steve from Bristol, welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly.
How you guys doing?
I don't know. I think after this I'm going to need my head examined.
These
How
guys
you
would
doing?
stop all them dirty words, I'd be doing better,
Did Brock beat Cena or not?
Yeah. Brock beat Cena.
He is the champ, legit?
Yeah.
Yeah, in case you... Yeah, I know. We haven't really talked SummerSlam,
you
but...
understand. I've been waiting for John Cena to lose that belt for more than 2 weeks. You just gave me an early Christmas present. Thank you very much. Now, if Hulk Hogan comes back, can you guys get an email to Vince McMahon? I want him to take on these 2 guys. It's a 3-way. Bret the Hitman Hart and Austin. The winner is the undisputed greatest wrestler of all time. They'll do that.
Didn't WCW kind of try to do that when they brought Piper in 97 and had the Battle of the Icons?
Yeah, but these are real icons, Austin and Hart and Hogan. And you want to know once and for all who's the best. Doesn't matter if they can't wrestle. It's the last man standing match.
I don't think... I don't... As much as I love all 3 of them...
Garden, so it's legit.
I hate to ask this, Steve, but did you... you realize this is 2014, right? Like, this isn't 1997, and you have a healthy Bret Hart, Austin, and Hogan. I mean, at least by comparison.
And DiNucci.
Well, I don't think DiNucci's in the discussion for greatest ever.
I know Vince won't do it. You know why? Because none of those guys...
Because it's a health risk?
None of them would follow it. Every time somebody would stand, somebody else would fall.
Well, I mean, look at this logically. I mean, Austin's knees and neck, granted he hasn't been in the ring in 10 years, so A, there's the ring rust factor, and B, there's, one wrong bump, and you're looking at paralysis in his case. Bret Hart, he suffered a stroke. I mean, we saw him wrestle back in 2010 when he kind of avenged the whole Montreal thing, and they had the match with Vince McMahon. And I use match in inverted quotes or inverted commas rather, because it was, Bret's mobility was very limited due to age, because he hadn't been in a ring in, by that point, 8 years. Now we're looking at, 12 since he competed at the way he last was. And B, he's had a stroke since then. And C, I know I've been over this countless times. Even though Hogan's talking about wanting to get back in the ring, both knees replaced, a hip replaced, and 9 back surgeries. It screams liability. Unless you want to see potentially another Owen Hart scenario where somebody's dying in the ring, I don't see that as even a remotely feasible possibility.
Now, they're going to save Lesnar and Cena for the next pay-per-view, or are they saving that for WrestleMania?
Well, actually, it has already been announced that Brock Lesnar will defend the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against John Cena. It is a rematch at Night of Champions coming up on September 21st.
Cena invoked his rematch clause.
Yeah, but the thing is, I thought Lucas said that they were saving Brock for when the other guy comes back from injury.
No. I thought that was like before we found out. I thought that would have been like SummerSlam or after SummerSlam, but then I found out Bryan's slated to return in early 2015. So if Lesnar hangs on for the belt for that long,
does that mean
they're trying? I feel like they're trying to push Roman Reigns for the belt at WrestleMania 31.
No, it sounds like to me, Lucas. It sounds to me like Undertaker's going to get his rematch at WrestleMania for the belt.
They're trying to put Sting and Undertaker for WrestleMania 31.
I hope you're right, but
Well, I don't know how likely either of those are. I mean, The Undertaker could be sitting in Death Valley going, I'm done.
Yeah.
And none of this could be
I don't
happening.
know if any, and I understand that I'm a huge fan of The Undertaker. I think it's awesome, but, he did not show up to WrestleMania 30. Mentally, he did not.
No, he didn't.
And by the time WrestleMania 31 rolls around over in NoCal, because Philly didn't get it, grumble, grumble, he'll be 50. 50 years old.
I don't know. Billy
Dare
Gunn,
I say, might he like to kick, stretch, and kick?
I don't know.
No,
Billy
Molly
Gunn
Sheen-
was.
okay.
So you
Billy
think-
Gunn was in a.
You think Reigns will be ready for WrestleMania against Brock?
Oh, they're.
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
if it's against.
will
Brock.
the fans be ready for him to take that step into the main event picture? If you ask me right now, I'd say no. I almost want to say hold off until WrestleMania 32, presumably in Dallas, Texas.
You guys are the experts. So my question to you is, if it isn't Cena and Brock in WrestleMania, who are they going to throw against Brock? Don't tell me Triple H, or I won't even buy it.
Well, that's the thing. You can set up long-term plans, but, I mean, an injury could occur at any of the upcoming pay-per-views and throw those plans completely awry, as it seems to have done with Daniel Bryan. This neck surgery took him out of the mix, and now everything that's going on now kind of feels like a backup plan almost. And who knows what could happen, whether it's at Night of Champions, whether it's Hell in a Cell in October, Survivor Series in November. Plans, that's why they say cards subject to change, because injuries are a legit issue in the sport, and they could have everything lined up perfectly for WrestleMania, and I mean, for all we know, Roman Reigns could be injured, and whatever they were planning for WrestleMania could be curtailed.
Well, that's the thing I was wondering about. If you don't think he's ready, do you think Triple H will sacrifice Orton and put him against Brock for a loss?
Well, I guess that would mean having to turn Orton face, and Orton doesn't really like it. I don't think the fans would really buy into it at this point. So, I mean, he's not really that viable of an option at this point, and that's kind of the problem. WWE has so often relied on the past that now they're trying to look to the future because the past is literally and figuratively drying up, and the proverbial cupboard is bare. They're who are they going to as far as the future?
Well, Batista, he's promoting a movie, so he's out of the picture too, right?
The movie's
well, the movie's been out and been very successful, but if and when Batista comes back again, that's looking toward the past. Batista is another guy who's in his 40s. I mean, who's up and coming on the roster that hasn't already been decimated by Super Cena to be that next guy to carry the company?
Who's the young guy that was supposed to do it? I don't know. I think Vince, once he got in the business part of the business, the money part, I think the company went down the tubes.
Well, I'd be hard-pressed to disagree, as that there have been some ebbs and flows, but for the most part, it's been a steady decline of fans in general since the stock, or since the company went public back in 1999. And we're closing in on 15 years now, and I mean, it's better than it was stock-wise, but when you are more concerned with appeasing your shareholders than you are appeasing your viewing audience, that's where you run into problems.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. Have a good one.
No problem. Thanks so much for the call, Steve. Love the dialogue. You know what? I'm sure he'll call again in the next couple of weeks. I forget, because it's not often that I get these things, but boy, did I walk into a surprise this morning when I came here to WBCB studios.
Surprise, surprise.
Exactly. Over the course of the next few weeks, I will be giving away, I have right here in my hand, tickets to an upcoming WWE live event when WWE comes to the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
I'll take 4. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you're out. Yeah, you work here. You're not eligible.
Well, there are those who say I don't do much work. Does that count?
I'll have discussions with those people internally. But no, Saturday, September 27th, WWE Live will be at the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey, 7:30 p.m. bell time. I've got tickets coming your way, and these are actually some pretty good seats, not going to lie. There are even some floor seats in here, so I'll have those over the course of the next few weeks. Lucas, no, you can't have all. He just immediately reached over and grabbed them.
I'm just looking at...
Oh, you're just looking at the tickets.
Well, he
just to
doesn't
see.
work here. He's just an intern.
Oh, he figures this can be his... But it's all the way in Atlantic City.
Lucas, old buddy.
It's floor seats.
Under the table. Who cares? You get it for free.
Floor
Yeah, how are you getting there?
Yeah.
He's like, I've got friends.
You gonna hitchhike?
Oh, what are you looking at me? I'm not available that day. I'll be at another location after doing the show that day. Yeah, I'll just leave it as an undisclosed location. It's probably better that way. All right, holy cow, we only got like 5 minutes left. Where the heck did the show go? So, yeah, I know you've been saying all show. We didn't even go over SummerSlam. Most people know what happened with SummerSlam. We made crappy picks. Your picks were better than mine. Lesnar is the new champ. Paige is the new Divas champ. Dolph Ziggler's the new Intercontinental champ. Dean Ambrose is out filming a movie now. And Bray Wyatt got his win back. And Stephanie McMahon beat Brie Bella. And Nikki turned on her twin sister. Does that about sum it up?
Yeah.
And Rusev crushed in flag match. Yeah, that's about all I got. Pretty much all in a nutshell. Or something like that. Mick Foley undergoing surgery. Did you hear about this?
No.
WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley has announced the cancellation of his weekend show in Denver, Colorado. Foley writing on his Twitter earlier this week, "How bad is my back? Bad enough to cancel my Denver date and Santa Claus school, too. Hurting bad. Sorry, Colorado. I'm hoping to reschedule."
Oh, that's interesting.
So, well, I guess all those...
Gorilla Monsoon once said, everybody wrestles when they're even hurt. They want to see you. They don't care. Interesting.
Yeah, but Mick Foley isn't wrestling. He's doing
know.
stand-up comedy.
Oh. Well, they still want to see you. I guess wrestling when your back is bad is easier than doing stand-up comedy.
Well, maybe standing up is bad for his back.
Right.
Did you think about that?
Exactly. I'm kind of backpedaling on my statement. Sure I am.
Very good. Oh, so here's something you'll be interested in, Lucas. Okay, good. I can distract you from the tickets for a moment. Monster Factory Pro Wrestling Action returning Saturday, September 20th to the Monster Factory at 541 Manto Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. 5 matches so far have been announced already, including Ryan Adrenaline Rush squaring off against Donovan is it Dijak or Dijak? I forget.
I don't know.
It's
Is that the Power Ranger guy?
No, that's no. This is the really, really tall dude, like 6'7". Yeah. Yeah, you've seen him before. I think it's Dijak.
Is that the guy that looks like, I don't know, I'm thinking of somebody else.
He's got the really square jaw.
Yeah.
Making his factory debut, and I guess he was hungry when he came up with this name, but the wrestler known as Cheeseburger.
So we have milk chocolate and cheeseburger. 2 food-associated wrestler names.
I suppose.
Sure.
Does that mean if I get into the ring, I'm going to be poutine, eh? For those who don't know, poutine is delicious. It's a Canadian dish. It's French fries topped with gravy and cheese curds.
I know a Mike Poutine in high school. Does that count?
I think it might be spelled differently.
Maybe.
But anyway, the wrestler known as Cheeseburger makes his factory debut on the 20th against Will Ferreira in a Supersonic Division matchup.
The Supersonic title. Okay, so.
It's Supersonic Division, but the Supersonic title will be on the line. Good News Hughes defending against number 1 contender Alvarado, who won the number 1 contenders match earlier this month. Also, the Factory's finest, they've got their hands full as they defend their Monster Factory tag team titles against former WWF tag team champions Mosh and Thrasher, the Headbangers. You were literally banging your head here in the studio. Oh. And the way that this show is going, I feel like I should be banging my head against the wall when all is said and done.
Good.
Might have knocked something loose or maybe knocked something back in place. Who knows?
Yeah.
And finally, Monster Factory heavyweight champion Luis the Punisher Martinez defends his belt against Billy Damiana.
Whoa. You mean the? He's only 3 weeks in. He made his debut. Not 3 months in. Like he made his debut 2 shows ago. They're already giving him a shot at the title.
He's been that impressive so far. I was gonna say, you've seen the shows, or you?
Yeah, I have. But I mean, like, I'm not questioning Danny Cage. I wouldn't dare do that.
I was gonna say, tread very carefully, young Padawan.
I feel like the.
You know what? Let's just move on for a couple of reasons, mostly because the show's almost over. As if all that wasn't enough, you go to the Monster Factory show on September 20th at 7 o'clock, I believe is the bell time, and bring your ticket stub back the next night. You can watch WWE Night of Champions for free with some of your favorite Monster Factory wrestlers. More information is available at monsterfactory.org. That's about all I got. I think it's time for country music or something here.
Something like that.
Nick
Right,
Cataldi's
right.
got that going on.
I'm just not going to tell you what country.
It's certainly not going to be Canada after this. I think
Does Canada have country music?
They do.
I'm just curious, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, they've actually, there were quite a few Canadian country stations when I was, since I couldn't get WBCB
I mean, are there
on the
actually
radio.
country artists from Canada? I don't.
I'm sure there are. I off the top of my head, I don't have any because I wasn't expecting that curveball of a question.
Neither was I. I just sort of thought of it.
It's interesting. I think, isn't Anne Murray, well, I know she's done some Canadian.
Yeah, she's considered country on some level, but she's as much a pop singer, too.
Yeah, she's done some country pop, yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't mean to knock her by any means either. She kind of made the transition to country later on.
Yeah.
A couple of tunes.
Well,
But
I mean,
mostly
there
she
was a lot of country pop crossover in the mid-70s.
Right,
So
right,
that had...
exactly.
Look at this.
Yes, I know. We've got to go. We're running late or something.
He's not even being paid, and he's worried about being on the air. Geez, oh man, imagine when he gets a job. I ain't working this extra minute, you know.
No, I'd love to work overtime. I'm a broke 16-year-old kid. I need cash, people. I'm worthy for hire.
You're also a shameless self-promoter. You know?
Oh, please, we're working next to Fearon Dairy. He does shameless plugs all the time.
You are certainly going to make it in radio.
It's Fearon Dairy. Right here. He makes shameless plugs all the time. Are you joking right now?
No.
The host of the longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial
Stop
radio.
it.
And this show is apparently running long. We're a bit late, folks. Good night. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
1490 WBCB, Levittown, Peerless Hills, Trenton.